Hello, everyone. My name is Tim B. Green, and this is Crush It Club, episode 26. This is a re-recording. I've screwed up on two different episodes where I forgot to record the audio, so that doesn't work. So this episode is originally shot on the 26th, which is now 2 days ago. It's now the 28th. How to feel and think better. Now, this is about something called circadian rhythms. It's not all that fancy. It essentially means your daily sleep-wake cycles. A lot of people will talk about, oh, get up at 5 a.m. and that's how the most successful people in the world are. It could be, and that could work for you if you are a morning lark. As you can notice by the background here, we got a fox sleeping in the day and a hawk. Kind of wanted an owl, but this was the best because he's like, I'm awake. So I am a night hawk or a night owl. I sleep in the day. I am awake and alert at night. It is right now 7 p.m. and I woke up a couple hours ago, 3 hours ago, and I will be up all night until after the sun rises, and then I will go to bed. So what's fundamentally important here is it's not waking up at 5 a.m. that matters. It's waking up and becoming productive, regardless of your circadian rhythm. But understand, if you fight your own circadian rhythm, you are maybe not entirely screwed, but you will be groggy, you will feel crappy, you will be at less than your best self, cognitively in particular, but just in general, your mood, your mindset will be less than they could be. I'm actually after years of teaching myself how, I'm a pretty happy guy most of the time. But in a perfect world, which I'm trying to create for myself, or a perfect version of the world for myself, is when I wake up at probably 5 p.m. and go to bed at 6, 7, 8 a.m. thereabouts. Anyway, usually 16 hours awake, but not the same 16 hours as everybody else. So if you fight this nature, you will pay a cognitive neurological cost. And in particular, an important point is to keep the same sleep-wake cycle. That's what they call sleep hygiene. And what happens for people is if they don't keep a consistent sleeping schedule, it's hard to stay asleep for the 7 hours it takes for your brain to release calcium. Now, after a continuous sleep cycle of approximately 7 hours, your brain will release calcium, and that's one of the fundamental things, along with magnesium, that regulates your sleep-wake cycles. If that is compromised, if you don't get that continuous period, sometimes it's interrupted. It's interrupted by people, men my age, coming on 55 here, where, you know, I might have to get up in the middle of the night once or twice. But as long as you're not getting alert, turning on too many lights, and you go straight back to sleep, I think it's probably fine. But by and large, you want to keep one block of 7 hours of continuous sleep. So again, it's not about waking up early because successful people do that. Successful people who are morning larks or have to because they have no choice. Now, the reason I believe this so deeply is not only my own experience, but my family's experience. A few months ago, I was talking to my brother Joel, and I said, you know, you have been getting up now early around 5 a.m. for years because of your job. What is your true nature? Are you now adjusted to daytime? And he says, no. If I'm on vacation, if I have a choice, I am still to the core a night person. I didn't ask him, are you a night person? Convince me, you know, confirm my own bias. He just verified it entirely by himself. And that is my experience. That was my sister Juanita's experience. It seems like all or most of my family are predisposed to being night people. So if you're going to be that, try to design your life around that. Keep your sleeping schedule consistent. It means you will have better cognition, more alertness, overall better health and happiness. So don't fight it if you don't have to. Design your life around it if you're able. And if you're not, that I personally think that should be one of your goals. If you have to wake up using an alarm, you are not getting enough sleep. That isn't an opinion. That's what, to the best of my knowledge, unless that research has been overturned, is exactly what the sleep experts have said about it. If you have to wake up with an alarm, if you have to use your cell phone, I was going to call it keitai because that's a Japanese word, and I use both, but I usually use keitai because I'm living here. If you have to wake up to an alarm, the reason you feel like crap is A, you're in the wrong part of your sleep cycle, because we sleep like this, right? So when we rise up here, we're almost awake. This is the dreaming part, and then we go back down into deep dreamless sleep. And these happen on ultradian rhythms, which is cycles within the day instead of cycles, one cycle through the day, which is a sleep-wake cycle. That's circadian. Ultradian is multiple cycles within the day. Now, they occur not only when we're asleep, but also when we're awake. And depending on which research you look at, which experts you talk to, it's between 90 and 100 minutes. So if you wake up at the bottom of your sleep cycle, where you're in deep dreamless sleep, that's what they call sleep inertia. When you wake up and you still feel like crap, you feel like you haven't got any sleep, that's why. You want to wake up here, and you will wake up there after your body has naturally recovered. Now, here's an important point too. Your brain needs sleep. We don't know exactly why, but it does seem to have something to do with replenishing the neurotransmitters, integrating the memories of the things you've learned during the day, because people who get more sleep or enough sleep do better. So before a test, you should study the night before, not the morning of. Study the night before and go to sleep and get a full night's sleep, because that's involved in improved integration of memories. Bottom line, you should wake naturally, and you should, if at all possible, choose your job or redesign your life so you are on your natural cycle. Because for me, usually 10 at night, my mind is sparking lots of ideas. If I try to go to bed, I can't get to sleep. I literally download my ideas when that's the case. Right now, I have 2 short periods of English teaching left, which I hope to kill off very, very soon and become full-time doing my neurocognitive design, leveling up leaders, helping them do what they do best, even better, using psychology, neuroscience, all that kind of good stuff. But until that happens, I sometimes have to wake up at 2 p.m. and that disrupts my sleep hygiene, my sleep cycle, and I feel like crap for about 2 days. So I have to go to teach 2 hours of English, and it disrupts 2 days of my life as a result. My other class is at 7 p.m. at night. That does not disrupt it. So it gives you an example of how sensitive it can be. Now, another thing that's telling about your body and sticking to your natural circadian rhythms, which evidence between myself and my brother shows very strongly that it is probably genetic, and deeply so, because after years of him trying to work against it, he's still saying, no, I'm still a night person. But keeping consistent sleep-wake cycles, going into your natural set point, wherever that is, because no matter where I am in the world, I'm still a night person. Doing that will help you cognitively in terms of health. If you miss one night of sleep, like you don't sleep for a full 24 hours, it reduces your immune system function by 50%. In any case, that's the gist of the episode. This has been episode 26, re-record with audio, Crush It Club 26, how to feel and think better. And that's by respecting your natural circadian rhythms and staying on the same schedule.